It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Thursday, the 27th of June. I'm Michael Groff. A bit of a break in our monsoon activity over the next few days, with showers and thunderstorms being confined to mainly the higher terrain and becoming more widely scattered in nature. Temperatures to remain above average, but as we get later into the weekend and the first half of next week, it looks like we'll see a return to showers and thunderstorms across the area, higher humidity levels, and temperatures eventually trending back down somewhat. Of course, the usual questions: where, when, how much rain will there be? We'll talk about all of it as we dive on in and discuss. First, the almanac from yesterday: 111 degrees the afternoon high, 86 the morning low, as this oppressive month of June continues. The hottest on record it sure appears that it will turn out to be. Averages at 106 and 82, 122, that all-time record high from 1990. Oof. All right, as we take a look outside right now, here at 7 a.m., we've got a few clouds out there right now, partly cloudy sky. We're sitting at 95 degrees at Sky Harbor. Very warm start to the day. Dew point at 59, humidity 30%, a calm wind, the barometer 29.76 inches, and steady. The upper-level weather pattern continues to show high pressure here over the southwest, but we have a trough coming into the Pacific Northwest, and it's slightly displacing and disorienting this ridge a bit, so now the flow aloft is beginning to turn southwesterly, at least over our part of the state. And so as a result, somewhat drier air is coming in, and with southwest flow, that means thunderstorm activity that develops over the higher terrain will be pushed away from us here in the lower deserts. Therefore, with this feature around, shower and storm activity is likely to be somewhat muted over the next few days. Let's check that watch warning map. We've got heat advisories over the Plains states, southern plains anyway, Texas, parts of Oklahoma, and flood watches for the Four Corners region, Colorado, New Mexico, bordering here on Arizona. Yes, still some showers and storms just to the northeast of us, but that moisture is being pushed away gradually. The convective outlook for today, we've got that enhanced risk of severe storms from parts of Nebraska up through the Dakotas, Wyoming, Montana, including places like North Platte, Rapid City, Hettinger, Dickinson, Williston, North Dakota. And in that area, we could not only see some strong gusty straight-line winds, large hail, but even some tornadoes out there. Again, storm chasers, watch out there today. The broader severe weather risk really extends from parts of the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles all the way up to the Canadian border, through the Intermountain West, and all the way down here to the Four Corners region, far northern Arizona, even in that marginal risk. We also have an additional risk there over parts of the southeast U.S. and the South Atlantic coast. Precipitation outlook, this is valid through Thursday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, generally 1/10 of an inch or less. But check it out across parts of eastern and southeast Arizona, 1 to 2 inches plus down there. Some very beneficial rains. Nogales, Douglas, Bisbee, Sierra Vista could get in on some action there. Really, Santa Cruz, parts of Pima, Graham, Greenlee, Cochise counties. 1 to 2 inches of rain on a pretty widespread basis there for the next several days, because while the monsoon moisture will be pushed out, it's going to come back. It sure looks like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we could see some pretty active weather around here. We'll talk about that and everything else going on right now as we get to those models. See what the future may hold. Here we go, the GFS. It's the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. There's that trough coming across parts of Canada, the northern tier of the U.S., the northern Rockies, the Intermountain West. And what that's doing is displacing our ridge somewhat, flattening it out, and turning the flow aloft here more southwesterly. And that will tend to dry us out a bit. What it means down at the surface for the rest of the day today, some clouds around this morning, but we'll call it mostly sunny with high temperatures anywhere from 107 to 112. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight lows, low 80s to low 90s. Tomorrow, how about mostly sunny again, highs 106 to 111. Yeah, there could be a shower or storm someplace over the higher terrain, but we're going to stay dry here with humidity levels coming down a bit. Saturday, again, we look to stay relatively dry, sunny and just hot. Highs somewhere between about 106 to 111, maybe pushing toward 112 in the hottest spots, but a few showers and storms are still possible over the higher terrain of eastern Arizona, the southeastern corner of the state. But what's happening here is we do have an easterly wave that's coming into Mexico, And with that trough that was across the northern Rockies and the Intermountain West lifting out, that's going to set the stage for high pressure to the east to start to build back in. And so by Sunday, that feature will start to come on in here. We'll see the flow aloft switching back out of the southeast. Moisture starts to increase, but with high pressure building in, the heights come up too. And so already hot temperatures could get just a little bit hotter. It's going to be interesting to see when that moisture, that deeper surface moisture comes in here, because the heights coming up, temperatures up, humidity coming up. Yeah, Sunday could turn out to be a pretty miserable feeling day. I mean, as if 110 degrees isn't bad enough, then you factor in some humidity. So it's going to be toasty here. We think highs anywhere from 108 to 113. Some of our guidance is actually pushing highs closer to 115 on Sunday. But I suspect if clouds and deeper moisture come in, we may not realize quite that amount of heat. It's just going to depend. But one thing that will happen with moisture increasing is scattered showers and thunderstorms will develop over the higher terrain across the rim, the eastern mountains, southeast Arizona, northwest Mexico. And with that southeasterly flow in place, that will direct those storms toward the lower deserts. And so Sunday evening could be pretty interesting in terms of storm chances for us. We got a pretty good chance of showers and storms getting into the lower deserts. I would say the best bet would be for strong gusty winds and blowing dust, but some spots could see some rain here. So we will bump those rain chances up. As we go to Monday, we have southeasterly flow, kind of at least a low to low mid-grade kind of monsoon forecast, scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms over the higher terrain. Widely scattered storms in the deserts. High temperatures should still probably be pretty toasty with high pressure around. I suspect anywhere from about 106 to 110. And pretty much the same story on Tuesday, a continued chance of those afternoon and evening showers and storms. Now, as we go to Wednesday, things start to get interesting here. There's forecast uncertainty in the mix. All right, we still have our ridge that's sitting to the east of us across Texas and extending into the southeast U.S. We're on the western periphery of that ridge. There's another ridge that's building out there just off the northern California coast. And eventually, Arizona is going to come under the influence of that west coast ridge. When exactly that happens, a little bit hard to tell right now. But sometime in the middle and latter part of next week, that's likely to occur. Now, as we sort of transition between those features, we also may have an inverted trough somewhere in the mix here over southern or central Arizona, or some type of disturbance. And as that west coast ridge begins to take over, the flow aloft switches from southeasterly or easterly to more northerly. Now, that's going to dry us out eventually, but initially a northerly flow could take showers and storms that develop over the higher terrain and push them southward into the lower deserts on Wednesday. Wednesday actually might turn out to be a really active day here. But look, this is out here. Today is Thursday. We're talking about an event next Wednesday, and it's the monsoon. Who knows? This is a lot is likely to change between now and then. But as it looks right now, Wednesday might turn out to be a pretty convectively active day. All right, now here's a week from today. This is Thursday, the 4th of July. Now, good news for those of you that want to try and blow off your appendages by lighting off fireworks that you shouldn't be lighting off. Well, you'll have plenty of opportunity to do that. The weather probably is not going to be a hindrance to you here because high pressure is coming in. Drier northerly flow, northwesterly flow aloft should set up. And so I think thunderstorm chances would be confined more to the higher terrain. An outside shot, we could see something in Phoenix, but if this is right, about the only consequence of this ridge building in is somewhat drier air, and temperatures may start to come back up again. After we see highs on Wednesday dipping down to around 102 to 107, highs could get back closer to 105 to 110 for the 4th of July. And then look what happens as we go out 10 days. This is Saturday, the 6th of July. That's a 600 decameter ridge that's centered right there near Goldfield, Nevada. And if that's right, it would be scorching hot here over the southwest. Now, there's kind of a northeasterly flow around that ridge, and maybe a few showers and storms that develop over the higher terrain can be pushed down here, but that's such a strong ridge, I would suspect that subsidence would tend to squelch most shower and storm activity in that setup. But as mentioned yesterday, Another very strong ridge sits up over eastern Russia and the Bering Sea, and a short wave between those features, and this ridge is going to start to get knocked further and further east. It may take a position just to our north. It will still be a strong ridge, but the flow aloft may start to switch back more out of the east toward that weekend of July 6th and 7th, and then beyond that. So we could see a return to more monsoon activity. But again, boy, now we're out here at 10 days and beyond. That's the realm of fantasy. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix, and this goes out through the 11th of July off of the GFS ensemble. You've got 31 members in this ensemble. Every single one of them says, hey, we're going to get measurable rain. How much? The ensemble mean during this time is about an inch. Boy, would we love to see that. I don't know if that might be a little optimistic. And there's a couple individual members there that are higher than that, nosing up toward 2 inches plus. The European ensemble, less bullish, with the ensemble mean still sitting there just under 1/4 of an inch. And let's check out the temperatures off the national blend of models. And again, this weekend's going to be pretty hot. With increasing humidity again by Sunday, yeah, that 115, that looks pretty bad. But other than that, I do think temperatures will trend down, and they could wind up being lower than what's shown here, depending on how much moisture and cloud cover and or precipitation gets into the mix here as we go into the first half of next week. All right, and then let's take a look at the Climate Prediction Center outlook. This is the 8 to 14-day outlook for the period of July 4th through the 10th. First, we'll check out temperatures, and above average temperatures are favored across much of the eastern half of the country. But here in the southwest, it looks like temperatures will be near normal. And what does that mean for the 4th through the 10th of July? Well, that means usually highs here in Phoenix about 106, 107, overnight lows in the 80s. And as for precipitation during this time, again, above average precipitation is favored. The probability is skewed toward above average precipitation for much of Arizona during that same time frame, July 4th through the 10th. Boy, we would love to see it. That's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video. Make those monetary contributions, or you can donate directly to me via PayPal, groffshow@gmail.com. GROFFshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of that same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle, check her out. Check out her blogs over there. Check out everything Michelle related, linked up down in the description, plus our streaming station. Available 24/7, 365. It is called KMGX. What do we do there? We play a ton of music and have a lot of fun with that. So again, it's all linked up in the description. So it'd really be cool if you helped us out and gave that a glimpse. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and you guys have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Thursday.